how long did you own the well before Ian hit?
We bought it June 15th of 2022, so we owned it 3.5 months.
3.5 months.
Yep.
What a slap, huh?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
you know, it needed a lot of work to begin with.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It was a pretty old building.
Oh, it was built in, like, I think the 50s or 60s.
Really?
Yeah, there was a whole rumor thing going around, and you can look it up, that Mike Yost used to do haunted tours on the island.
Yeah.
And this is one of the stops. He actually was his first stop that he did.
Uh-huh.
And because the original owners, the rumor is that they got murdered in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a true rumor or not?
It is true in the sense that they got murdered, but I don't believe it happened here at the original whale.
Yeah.
What happened is the gentleman followed them home and went to rob them and ended up killing them and their dog.
I like what you're doing, though. My God, this is amazing. So this is quite the landmark.
3-story building versus the 1.5 that we had before. So it's coming along. You know, we got 2 stairwells. We're going to be doing the stairwells in different themes.
Okay.
On the far side, towards the north, is going to be more of a memorabilia of the old island.
Okay.
And then from there, and then this one here is going to be all nautical going up. We're limited on what we can do because it is a fire exit.
Right.
So you can't like hang pictures. There's a lot of things you can't do.
So,
one of the things we just got approved from the fire department is that we're going to put magnetic contactors on all the doors.
Okay.
So what they're going to be able to stay open.
Right.
So it's inviting for people to go into the stairwells, and they're all going to be decorated. So instead of everyone waiting for the elevator all the time,
okay,
it's going to be, oh my God, let's check this out. And people migrate upstairs.
What's your name?
I'm David.
David? My name's David as well.
We took down Goliath. I think we can remember.
All right, cool. Yeah, okay. That's cool. All right, so do you want to take us on a tour?
Sure,
then?
I'll give you a nickel tour here. This is actually going to be the handicap access that goes around. And we're working on building a huge statue here of the whale. This is our Block O bar for Ohio State University. We're working on right now possibly becoming an alumni bar for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Very cool. Paddle like that, right?
Yeah. Then you can see all the cabling right now. That's all. Most of our audio video. So we're putting, I think, 4 75-inch TVs along here, then 50 or 65s all along there. So we're primarily wanting to be a mid to low high-end sports bar. Okay. And that's what we want to do. We want to have all the NFL games, college games, and really promote the football seasons and basketball seasons. We've got, we're estimating probably about 80 TVs in the building by the time we're done.
80?
80.
That's a lot.
And Ron Davis has got at least 60.
It is as.
So that's what the audiovisual guy's here for? Is he putting that stuff in?
Yeah, he's actually, he was working a little bit today, now he went and hit the beach. But he's helping out with all the cabling and with the guy who I brought on board.
Okay. So what got you into the bar business? Have you been in the bar business for a long time?
I've been in the bar business for 3.5 months before the hurricane.
Oh, geez. Okay. So what got you to get into the bar business at Fort Myers Beach?
We bought down here in 18. We decided to, we were down here all during COVID, went back up to Ohio for 3 months. That lasted 3 weeks. And in 2021, we said, sell the house. So we're down here full time. And I just started I got a bunch of commercial real estate up north, and I said, I want to diversify into some commercial real estate down here if I can get a decent deal. And this never hit the market, but we got wind of it, that Doc Ford's wanted to sell it. And so we ended up negotiating, and it came with a liquor license and an running restaurant.
Very
so
cool.
we're like, hey, we saw it was in really bad shape, And so we figured, Kalen behind you, my bartender we just spoke to, him and I for 3.5 months, literally every morning from 7 or 8 in the morning till we opened at around 11:30, 12 o'clock, we were working on this place, fixing it up, getting it ready to go for season.
Yeah.
And then September 28th of 2022 and October 1st is season.
Yeah.
And October 1st or 2nd, we're gonna do our grand opening.
Yeah.
And apparently Ian wanted the place a little bit more than we did.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that the cottage, it was just gone. I didn't see it anywhere.
I think the cottage took part of this building out.
Really?
This building was actually added onto 3 times.
Really?
And I think the cottage took the entire side of that building, the new addition
Yeah.
there, ripped it out. And the funny thing is when, and the main building actually collapsed on itself like this.
Right.
And so we went over and I started talking to the demolition crew and my contractor, Fowler, who's going to be building this. We were talking and he goes, look at these. I mean, they didn't have nails. They had those like, those steel like
They're spikes? Yeah.
that held this building together. That's what
Wow.
it was. And
It was that old.
it was that old. Yeah. And the main structure survived
Yeah.
that had those spikes. And all the other additions were history.
So the cottage itself, when I came down here afterwards, I couldn't see where it went. Did it end up over in the mangroves?
Part of it was on this property. Mine was all the way in the canal on the neighbors' properties.
Right.
It was more of a chain effect of that hitting here, then it landing here, then everything just went all the way down the canals, down the streets.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
Mind blowing.
There were liquor bottles everywhere. There had to have been 1,000 liquor bottles.
So your main business up north and now still is commercial real estate.
Yeah, I also own an electronic waste recycling facility up there.
Oh, really?
We shred electronics in a 221,000 square foot building there.
No kidding. That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's wildly interesting.
We got about 1.2 million square feet of bulk warehouse that we lease out.
Right.
Then I own 2 manufacturing plants in Nashville, Tennessee, and in Portland, Tennessee.
Really? What do they manufacture? Is it? Do you just rent them, or?
No, we manufacture parts for Peterbilt and Kenworth semi trucks.
No kidding.
That's 10X fabrication.
I see. Very cool. That's awesome. So you bought the place down the street as well, didn't you?
The old
firehouse
Cafe Royal Scoop building where we just were.
Right.
We bought that.
What are you going to do with that?
That's going to be Sandy Bottom's Bar and Grill.
Okay.
They're putting a 4,000 square foot tiki hut on top of it, in front of it, all the way to the sidewalk.
Okay.
Then, like you mentioned, recently we just purchased the fire department. The fire department.
Do you have a plan for that?
All goes well, we'll probably do a pizza sub, carry out and delivery. We only have 5 parking spots, so we really can't do any type of sit down, family dining or anything like that. For the main, right
Because
here,
it's too far away from the.
yeah, it's too far away from the downtown area. Here, I don't need parking. There's 911 parking spots. I call non-exclusive, which are mine,
Yeah.
that are within only 500 feet of this building.
No kidding. That's a
500
lot.
feet. There's 911, and actually that doesn't include the new parking spot here. They got another 40 across the street. So you're looking at 941 parking spots within 500 feet of this building. And because of it, we don't need parking for this property and this venture here. But you go half-mile down the street.
It's because the zoning's different for right here. Is that
Well, no,
correct?
It's not only the zoning. The zoning is different. Don't get me wrong.
For like the Times Square area, the
Yes.
zoning's different for parking, right?
It is, but on the same token, let's say I do get my okay to have sit down food at the fire department without additional parking.
Right.
Honestly, I think we'd fail because we don't have the parking. People aren't going to walk that far. There isn't that much density there.
Right.
Here we've got Diamond Head, we've got Lani Kai, we got Margaritaville, and we've
Yeah.
got Lighthouse Antique, just
Right.
to name a few
Right.
that are right here.
Yeah, and it's all a short walk.
It's a short walk. Then we got a couple of condo buildings, and we got the great homeowners that are here as well. So we've got and a lot of the homes in the area are also rentals. So you've got a vast differences of people here, a vast majority of people here that we don't need the parking. But down there and on the south end, if you don't have parking, you won't succeed, in my opinion.
Okay.
You want to take a peek at
Sure.
in the kitchen?
Sure.
This is where our line kitchen is. So we're going to have the ovens, charbroilers, and deep fryers here.
Okay.
We do not. We have a very small freezer. We don't want to even our French fries are going to be fresh cut fries. We're
Okay.
not doing anything unless we have to frozen.
Okay.
Everything we want to have fresh. If we can't do it fresh, we really don't want to serve it.
Okay.
So this is going to be the server station here, where we'll have a 2-tier stainless steel 24-inch, where we'll put the plates in with the heater, so the girls come in or the guys.
So this will be your workstation
That'll be
to
the
prepare food.
workstation. Yep.
Okay.
One of the neat things that we put in here, this will be the dishwashing station. Back here, we're going to have will be our refrigeration unit. Right here, we're putting a Southern Pride 400 indoor smoker.
Okay.
So we'll be smoking fish for fish dip, We'll be smoking brisket. We'll be smoking fresh wings daily. So that thing
Is
will
that
be
the
used.
same smoker you got down?
Identical smoker, yeah. We're putting it right there. Then this will be all for all the blanching of the French fries and things like that.
Okay.
So we've got, then one of the things that's really nice is at the end here is a rather large elevator, strictly for servers and the bussers and runners to take the food up the next 2 floors.
Ah.
That way they don't have to take the stairs and they don't have to use the patron elevator. So we have actually 2 elevators in the building.
Oh, wow.
Here's the
Good point.
elevator for the patrons. We've got a lot of things we're doing that we can't disclose yet. Some things, there's some of the decorations and things we're doing in the bathrooms, as well as the elevator is going to absolutely, if it goes the way I plan, it's going to blow your mind. People aren't going to want to get out of the thing.
Cool.
It's going to be really neat.
I'm looking forward to it.
And it's going up to the 2nd floor. Also, when they started building the building, they did a major overkill.
Oh, wow.
We have 103 pilings,
Yeah.
45 feet in the ground,
Wow.
holding this building up.
Wow.
They said that the engineers said that we could lose 10 feet of sand underneath this building from a washout,
Yeah.
and this building won't move.
That's good.
Yeah. So this is our indoor dining and bar area. All the way around is floor to ceiling glass. It
Nice.
won't open. It'll all be open just like this.
Okay.
And what the reason is that way, if you're dining here, you've got a beautiful view of the beach. You've got Margaritaville. So over here in the corner, we're gonna have the bands being able to play, and fully air conditioned.
What a view. My God, look at that.
It's an amazing view.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you get the pool down there too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you've got this gigantic deck down here too.
Now understand something. This isn't what you think. This will be a solid roof over it.
Okay.
This won't be umbrellas. It'll be a solid roof, almost just like this. The reason is because it's all, when you come to dining and stuff like that, it's all about the shade.
Right.
It's not about, if you want the sun, you step outside, you go to the beach.
Right.
Everything is about the shade when you want to come in, have cocktails,
Right.
and enjoy yourself.
So is this going to be enclosed dining or out?
It'll be open air,
Open
like
air
the whole
dining.
downstairs.
Right.
We'll have blinds that go down.
Okay.
But this one here will be all the way across, where it'll be solid.
Okay,
A solid roof structure.
Okay. Very cool.
Then obviously our sign's going to go there.
You're going all out on this. This is amazing.
It is, yeah. It's a major undertaking. Another server station and a little bit of storage. So this is where the kegs are going to be. The kegs and also the beer.
Okay.
So what we're going to do here is also if we need extra food storage, we can put it in here. But for the most part, we want to keep everything as cold as it can be, even the beer before it goes out to the bars.
Right.
So that how a lot of times the runners will go put the new beers in, and they're still warm.
Right.
You got to wait 15, 20 minutes, but they're already going to be in here getting ice cold before they even go to the bars.
Right.
Then, so what we've got here is we'll have all our 6 kegs here, and be able to, from here they're gonna pump the kegs from here to all 3 floors.
Okay. So this will be an air conditioner or like a refrigerator.
It's a refrigerator. It's a walk-in cooler system.
Okay. Got it.
Then
Okay.
actually our power is going to be in the back corner right there.
Right.
On the 2nd floor. So in the event of another storm that happens, we're not going to have our power out. Well, we would lose power, but we're not going to lose our entire system.
Right. You don't have to redo it again.
Yeah. And our elevator controls are going to be on the 2nd floor here. And what's interesting is we're putting quick disconnects about 18 feet in the air
Right.
on the outside to tie a generator in.
Oh.
So the generator will power the entire 1st floor and this cooler. So in the event of, knock on wood, we don't have another storm, but if we do, we can go to Sunbelt Rental, get a generator, and within 24 hours we can be up and running.
Oh, awesome.
Now comes the best part.
Okay. Cool.
And this is it, the stairs.
Aren't they beautiful?
This is the best view of the house.
Oh wow,
got
that
a
is
tiki hut.
amazing.
And if you see it from the street, it doesn't even do justice until you're here.
It's impressive, that's for sure. It's beautiful.
So what we've got here, this will be a huge bar from where the poles are there. Basically here, this is what I wanted to tell you about as well. So, you got to understand something. The cottage bar is going to be about where that black Jeep is over there in the corner.
Right.
And and that's great. I can't wait for them to rebuild. And
Yeah.
I hope they do rebuild. But he paid $9 million for that lot.
Right.
That's not going to include building.
Right.
And he's going to have a great. He's going to have one of the better. He'll have a much better view than we do. We've got this property here is a parking lot, which is great. We've got an unobstructed view.
Right.
But one day that could be a hotel. It could be another restaurant bar. But a lot of people are saying, well, I hope they don't build. I want them to build.
Yeah.
We didn't pay for that view.
Right.
I didn't pay the extra $7 million to be across that street.
Right.
So if I lose that view, it's okay because that's the town parking lot. That'll never be anything.
Right.
So my view is basically from the corner there at that parking lot all the way that way to Margaritaville.
Right. So that's your guaranteed view.
That's my guaranteed view.
Right.
Until they build, we're gonna soak up all we can. But I would be happy if they put the plans in and both of them, the cottage and whatever here, they broke ground tomorrow. I would be totally pleased.
So more business in the area brings more people to the area,
Exactly.
and everything helps everybody.
There's enough business for everybody.
Yeah.
And even when cottage comes into play, what I like about it is the more restaurants and bars that come into the area or come back,
Right.
you got to step up your game. You can't be slinging frozen food all the time.
Right.
You got to have a good menu, and because people are going to be coming back.
Well, you stepped your game up big time.
Yeah,
That's gonna be hard to compete with.
It's going to be a tough one.
I don't care where you're located.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to compete with this. This is amazing.
So originally,
It's going to be my new hangout.
yeah. So back here, what we've got. So we've got a huge bar to seat probably 40 people, and then restrooms are over here, storage, and then obviously the elevator. So we were going to put, and this is all going to be glass railings going around. Also, we're going to have blinds that come down.
Okay, so this will be open again.
All open.
All open.
Here it comes. But if you feel,
God, that feels great.
well, you feel
It's
this,
90
right?
degrees, right? It's 90 degrees today, right?
Yeah, but you feel the wind.
Yeah.
One of the problems is when we were up here, we actually brought a table up here so we could have cocktails randomly. Priorities.
We didn't say that.
And the thing is we were going to have the glass railings here, but it's almost like a wind shear.
Right.
And so what we're going to do is that's going to be floor to ceiling glass.
Just to shove the wind back a little
to
bit.
stop the wind, so the wind will maybe come this way. Because have you ever been to the Pink Shell or even go over to the Lani Kai and
Right.
you go through the
The tunnel.
tunnel?
Yeah.
Your hair won't blow, but mine will.
Yeah.
It's really it's almost like a wind tunnel.
Right.
That's why we're going to block. We're not going to block. We're going to glass those things up so it doesn't do that. We're going to put TVs up here, get all the lighting in.
It's a gigantic sports bar then.
Yeah, gigantic sports bar, all 3 floors. The tiki company, it's called Hut World. They said they've never built something this high up in the air.
Really?
Yeah, these guys were hanging off without even, I didn't know if they had harnesses on. They did a great job. And this is all synthetic. That's
Yeah.
not real tiki.
Oh, really?
Now, all the wood is like from original tiki that they'd use for a tiki hut, but the palm fronds are actually plastic.
Oh, I see.
And you can always notice it. This is how they told me. You see how close the beams are going back and forth? Normally it'd be every other one if you have real thatch.
Okay.
But up here, number one, we have the fire retardant every year.
Right.
That for this could cost us $20,000 a year.
Oh, I see.
So this has a 20-year warranty,
Right.
including storms, and we don't have to do anything to it.
It's fire retardant coming out of the gate.
Fire retardant right out of the gate. We still have to put a sprinkler system in naturally, but that's no big deal. That's part of what we have to do for the building anyways.
So now on Sandy Bottoms, you're going to get this done and then go do that, or how?
Yeah, well, we're building them back together simultaneously.
Okay.
But in reality, what I know what's going to happen is one of them are going to open up within a month or two of each other.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're basically going to mothball Sandy Bottoms.
Right.
And concentrate on the baby, which is this one.
Right.
For the main reason is I don't want to open up two good restaurants.
Right.
I want to open up one great restaurant, and then once all the bugs and kinks are worked out here, we take that and go to the next one.
Understand.
Then we'll have 2 great restaurants instead
That's a
of
good
two
idea.
instead of 2 good restaurants. That's the big thing with me. And
We've all had that same problem.
yeah,
I said it would be catastrophic to open it up simultaneously.
yeah. So that's stretching everyone too thin and stuff like that. So
Well, it's a good plan.
yeah.
Good plan.
These are all the beams that you see below, all the horizontal beams. We're getting quotes right now to faux paint them, so they'll match the existing wood. So
Okay.
it'll look like it's part of the tiki hut.
Man, look at the view all the way around here. That's just amazing. Well, that's the only good thing about making everybody elevate is you get to get up and above everything, you know?
Yeah.
I noticed that Coconut Jacks, they got a system. When these storms come in, they move everything out.
Yeah.
They just move everything out, and then they're back in business just like that.
Yeah.
Well, just like that guy down in Iowa,
Yeah.
Laola. He proved to FEMA that he can bug out in 4 hours with everything.
Yeah.
They still making them leave.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
But things have to change. You know, I think all the food trucks at the end of September or something like that have to be off the island.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame. You know, I don't want them to go, but on the same token, is it has to come to an end.
We need the businesses, but we need people to take the steps to become permanent businesses.
We need brick and mortar.
Yeah.
We got to get brick and mortar back on the island.
Yeah.
And other than we're the first ones to break ground and we won't be the first ones open. The beach bar down the street, they're going to actually they broke ground after us, but they're going to be opened up before us. They're building a 3-story, but the second and third floor is actually the residence.
Oh, okay. So Stevens did this one, or is it, who built this for you?
Fowler Construction.
Fowler, okay.
Yeah. They're the ones who built Wahoo Willie's.
Oh, okay.
And after Hurricane Ian, we went by, and that building was still standing.
Yeah.
That's when I got them on the hotline. Hey.
Yeah.
and the thing is by no means are they the least expensive.
Right.
They're not the most expensive.
Right.
But I can tell you, they build something that is not going to leave. Matter of fact, the first building they built on the island, right here, right there, the surf club.
Oh, wow. That's been through everything, and it's still here. What's the story on that? I remember when Charlie hit, that got hit pretty hard in Charlie.
Well, and they had the bar across the street, which was in the same family, too.
Was it?
The Mermaid.
Yeah. Do they have any plans for that, or?
Guys still got it for sale. I don't know, 7.9 million, and
Wow.
it's.
This is up for 9, right?
Yeah, 9.9.
Right.
Yeah,
My next door neighbor had that tied up, and then he let go of it after the storm.
TPI, Margaritaville bought it.
Oh, they bought that?
They bought it for $6 million.
Oh, okay.
And they were going to build, to my understanding, I heard rumors, they were going to build like bungalows.
Right.
And since then, things have changed. They put it on the market for sale.
When are you going to be open? Or what's your goal?
September. Mid-September, we should be open.
Okay.
That'll be our soft opening.
Okay.
And then mid-October is when we plan to do our grand opening.
Is there anything you want to tell everybody?
One thing very important that coming up the end of this month, we're doing a Joe Boo party. And Joe Boo was the little statue that was in a guy's locker.
Jobu, ayúdame en este momento para que me des el poder para conquistar el cuerpo. Te daré mi devoción para siempre poderoso.
And it was to ward off all the
Joe
bad stuff. And in order to, so they would win baseball games. On the 31st of this month at Sandy Bottoms, at 230 Monastero, we're doing a Joe Boo party, which we're going to have like a little ritual to ward off all the hurricanes this year.
No.
And we're going to make it an annual event.
That sounds like fun.
We've got a little statue thing for him. Then once we do Sandy Bottoms, we're actually going to have a permanent place for him underneath the tiki hut. Then people can go over and buy him little shots and set it on the maybe drink half your shot and set it on all around the guy, and then we're going to have a little ceremony. Yeah, so that's what we want to. That's what we're going to do to help try and ward off these nasty hurricanes.
Well, thank you for doing this. We promoted a lot. We did a lot of coverage during the hurricane, so I got crazy amount of views on it. So we've actually got a demolition channel. So we actually started one that's called My Fort Myers Beach, and we're going to hyper focus on all the production, that everybody getting back on track.
Oh, good.
So I'll push it really hard.
Well,
so
you're welcome to do another in a couple months. Bring you back through.
All right.
Check it out. I mean, because a lot of things are happening real fast now.
Yeah.
Now that we're getting under.
I'm excited for myself, and I'm really excited for you because I mean, gosh, buy this and boom.
It happens. But, you got to. The thing is, you got to put a smile on your face, and you can't look back. You can't change the past.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it very much.